St. Elizabeth Southeastern, or Honorable Franklyn Witter, MP.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm indeed humbled to be standing in this honorable House this afternoon, once again to make my contribution to the State of the Constituency debate. And I just want to say to you, Madam Speaker, that I will be very precise and concise and brief. Madam Speaker, I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your elevation to the office of Speaker of this honorable House. Madam Speaker, as a former Deputy Speaker myself, I've watched you perform several times in that capacity. And the kind of maturity and patience that you exhibit in terms of your judgment and the decision that you make, I believe that most, if not all of us here, are very comfortable and happy to have you as our Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want also to acknowledge and thank my team of councillors in the 4 divisions for their support, for the supporting role that they have continued to play as I try my best to serve the people of Southeastern St. Elizabeth. And I mentioned the 4 councillors, Madam Speaker, because as a leader of the constituency and as a member of Parliament who represents all the people in Southeast St. Elizabeth, I have to recognize and acknowledge the work not only of the JLP council, but also the council from the other side. We have been working together as a team in St. Elizabeth Southeastern to ensure that we give the people in that constituency the representation that they deserve. Madam Speaker, I also want to thank the people of St. Elizabeth Southeastern for their resounding mandate that they gave me in 2020. Madam Speaker, I'm convinced that with the kind of representation that they are getting at this time, the margin of victory of just under 3,000 votes then will be doubled the next time around, whenever the elections are passed. Madam Speaker, I want to recognize and acknowledge the most special person in my life, the one who everybody regards as the backbone of the constituency in terms of the JLP machinery and organization. And this is no other person than my wife of 39 years, normally. "39 wonderful years." Madam Speaker, I also want to acknowledge and thank the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Honis, Prime Minister of Jamaica, for his continued confidence in me, in allowing me to be a part of this great administration of the Jamaica Labour Party. Madam Speaker, as I come to the end of my salutations, I want to give God thanks for his grace, mercies, and guidance, and for sustaining me throughout this long journey. Madam Speaker, the constituency of St. Elizabeth Southeastern is one that is going from strength to strength. We can boast, Madam Speaker, that the town of Junction is now regarded as the fastest growing towns in Jamaica. Yes. And Madam Speaker, this is not happening by chance. But when you have honest, hardworking, and independent citizens coupled with sound political representation, these are the kind of results that you will get. Madam Speaker, I just want to touch on a few major achievements in the constituency of Southeast St. Elizabeth. Madam Speaker, if you speak about roads, my constituency is one where we have made every effort to do some kind of maintenance, rehabilitation work, and actually every single road in the constituency. Madam Speaker, I've mentioned this many times in this honorable house when I make my presentation, and I always try to implore my fellow colleagues on both sides to have a look at how I handle the CDF. Madam Speaker, every single year for the last 7 years, I utilize 60% of my CDF allocation to do repairs and maintenance to the roads in my constituency. And Madam Speaker, with the support of my councillors and the ministry and the minister in the office of the Prime Minister, Honorable Edward Warmington, and our Minister of Local Government, with the support of the councillors and the support from these two ministers, I have been able to have fairly good roads for the most part in my constituency. And Madam Speaker, the few roads that are really in bad condition as we speak, at this time, all of them are in different stages of being addressed. Some in the procurement stage, some in the evaluation stage, some preparing BQ, and some in the contractual stage. So we are going to make sure that by the end of 2024, as one famous speech was made in this house some time ago, it will be pothole-free Southeast St. Elizabeth. Madam Speaker, as it relates to water, we are now experiencing one of the greatest transformations that we have ever seen in St. Elizabeth in terms of improvement in the water infrastructure. Madam Speaker, we have completed the Essex Valley domestic water supply. Which is now producing over 2 million gallons of water per day to several communities in the constituency. And we are now looking at extending those services into other communities like Brinkley, Lititz, Bramington Hall, Church Street, Gazeland, Fairfield. All those communities now, we are putting them and getting them ready for the extension phase of the Essex Valley domestic water supply. Madam Speaker, we are also now well on the way with the Essex Valley Agricultural Development Project. Yes. Madam Speaker, this will provide irrigation water to almost 1,000 hectares of land. Impacting hundreds of farmers in the constituency. And this is being done so that we'll be able to create greater wealth for the people in the constituency. Madam Speaker, as this project continues, I want to take this opportunity to commend the contractors who are working on this project. Madam Speaker, this project will also provide value-added components in terms of cold storage, packaging house, processing plant, and marketing solutions. So, Madam Speaker, we will not support the farmers with inputs and leave them on their own. We'll make sure that the long-standing problem that we have in terms of glut and waste at times will be a thing of the past. Madam Speaker, in the area of healthcare, I want to thank Minister Tufton for providing over $40 million to improve the infrastructure of two of my major clinics, namely Myersville and Malvern. We'll also be doing improvement work at the Junction Health Center at a cost of $4 million. Madam Speaker, we believe that if you improve the health of our people, there will be no doubt that we will have commensurate increase in the people's standard of living. Madam Speaker, a lot of positives are taking place in my constituency. Things like the systematic land titling project. This, Madam Speaker, has already caused to be delivered 1,000 titles to landowners. Over 1,000 landowners have received titles through the systematic land titling system. And the process continues. This is what we call prosperity, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, with this kind of prosperity that is taking place in Southeast St. Elizabeth, I just want to remind my finance minister, notwithstanding that he's not here at this moment, that a lot of revenue is being created, and so it will be quite fulfilling for us to put a facility in this fastest growing community to collect these revenues. And by that I mean, Madam Speaker, we need a tax office in Junction. Yeah. Madam Speaker, in regards to education and training, we continue to excel and maintain great standards with schools like Monroe College, Hampton School, Bethlehem Moravian College, B.B. Coke High, and Nain High. All these schools are doing well when you look at the results in the recent examinations. Doing well also in sports. Thank you very much, my colleague. Madam Speaker, we have also expanded the program at the Derrick Rochester Heart Complex in Junction by acquiring additional space to facilitate various new innovations and offerings. That is now taking place at the Derrick Rochester Complex in Junction. So, as the Prime Minister mentioned, that there is no cost in acquiring these courses at Heart, I am now seeing a number of persons taking advantage of this very, very good move by this administration. Madam Speaker, as I close, yes, I want to declare in this honorable house that the people of St. Elizabeth South East are saying to the rest of Jamaica and the world that we are indeed satisfied with the performance of this government led by the most honorable Andrew Michael Hooley. And as such, Madam Speaker, our minds are well made up and we're not turning back. We're not turning back because we believe that the best thing for Jamaica at this time is to have this government, this administration, led by Andrew Michael Hooley, continue to hold the reins of government for a very long, long, long time. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. May God bless you.